Welcome back to the Sips of Cinema podcast, the show where we talk about movies and sip on a drink. Today we're sipping on some unsweetened pure leaf tea. He has green tea, I think, right?
Yeah,
no
it's
sugar. I
unsweetened
just
green
have
tea.
I just have regular, real brewed tea of some kind. It's good, healthy, and refreshing.
And we don't need any more caffeine.
Yeah, exactly. No, because we just finished filming an episode and we were drinking energy drinks to get us through to be able to film the second episode.
And if you missed that episode, you'll see what happens when we talk about anything and drink caffeine, apparently, because we were all over the place.
But anyways, I'm your host, Cameron, and this is my co-host, my brother, Chandler. And today we are going to be, it's another Peak episode. So we're going to be playing the game, Is That Movie Peak? Just kidding. No, are these movies peak? We've each pick out 5 that we personally think. So I don't know what he picked. He doesn't know what I picked that we personally think are peak cinema, like the pure definition. Let us know what you think in the comments if you think these movies are peak, and give us any sort of suggestions for future episodes that we can talk about. Because we could do it a little bit differently in other episodes, where we actually pick movies that you guys think are peak cinema, so that we can play a game of we watch it and
Peak
decide
or weak?
if it's peak or weak.
Let's get into it.
But yeah, so let's get into it. Roll the intro.
Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I'm gonna try to stick to the list this time because I know last time I was like coming up with movies on the fly. But the first one that I want to talk about is Tron Legacy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tron,
not Ares.
Legacy.
Not Ares.
No, not Ares.
Ares was actually surprisingly good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Really?
No, I have not. When it was out in theaters, I just could not. I had not had the time. It was in like I was traveling.
During your, like, super busy era.
I was traveling a little bit, and I just could not pick a day. And then there were other movies that I had been waiting for to go see, so I prioritized those more. So I'm sorry, Disney, but I did.
If you go into it thinking it's gonna be a not so great movie, it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Like it's surprising.
A lot of my friends did not like it, so I kind of like killed my interest. But
like I think it was a good. First off, I'm not the biggest Jared Leto fan. Like, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Do you want me to restart?
No. No, go ahead.
I don't know if you're like in shot technically.
My head's probably not in shot.
I don't know if you're in
All
shot.
All they hear is just
no. But if you are in shot, I'm gonna pan in like right when you just right when you said yes. Anyway, I'm not the biggest Jared Leto fan when it comes to his performances in movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in Blade Runner he was actually pretty good.
He is good. He's not in it a lot, but yeah, he is good in that.
His role in that one
was an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Dallas Buyers Club. So, which he's good in that movie, but then he hasn't
I don't know. I feel like, and maybe that's why I went into the movie with low expectations, is because he's like the main character.
Yeah.
So I had like kind of just I'm gonna go see it because it's Tron.
Yeah.
And I love Tron. And it's like part of my childhood, but I'm gonna have low expectations.
Yeah.
And it exceeded the low expectations that I had. So you might enjoy it a little bit. They also I know we're not talking about Ares. We're talking about Legacy, but they also do make references in Ares to like all of the original Tron stuff that even like precedes Tron Legacy. It goes all the way back to like the first movie and probably even beyond that.
Was so you've seen it. So I've heard that Jeff Bridges is actually not in it that much. Isn't he only in it for like a scene?
It's maybe like 5 minutes of the movie.
Really? Yeah. So what's funny is that so he's in the trailer. So he shows up at the end of the trailer, and the reason why he's in the trailer is because he basically said the only way I'll be in this movie is if you like make it a point that like I'll be in the trailer and like blah blah blah. Like he basically like demanded that he wanted to be in the trailer. So because they weren't planning on it, because obviously he was only supposed to be like a cameo.
Yeah.
And then it hyped up that he was going to be in the movie a lot more, and then he wasn't really even in the movie.
I think regardless of, I know we're going to talk about Legacy in a second because that's what this is. We're not talking about Ares, but I think regardless of the fact that he had a short role in the movie, his role in the movie was vital. And he did a very good job. I said like we did a good job, but
no, he did a good job.
Like his performance was phenomenal.
Good.
And it kind of I don't know if it's like gave solace or like closure to me as a kid watching the original Tron Legacy, not the original because it's not the first one, but
Yeah,
watching
yeah, yeah.
Tron Legacy and like how that movie ended, it like kind of gave like years worth of closure of like what happened after that, like after he got reintegrated with the system, like what happened. Because it's based not to spoil it. It's been out for a
No,
while, and
it's
I
fine.
don't know if you really care if
I
I
don't care.
spoil any of this, but like the whole idea is that Ares escaped the Tron system that he was built in because he's like the admin of like a security system. He breaks out and he tries to become his own person. Like instead of being like a code, he tries to just live in the real world. And he goes and he finds like the Encom Tower or whatever it is, like that building, and he finds a really old server of like the original Encom stuff, and he goes into this old server, so it's like super low bit technology, and he finds this like file of Jeff Bridges' character, and he like tells him like what the secret is. And he basically was like, well, there's no secret. You just kind of are.
Interesting.
It was like a self-discovery thing. But anyway, talking about the better movie, Tron Legacy.
Yes, I agree. I think it is peak cinema.
It is just purely, if we were to take everything out and not really even think about it as a movie, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Daft
Punk fucking killed it.
Oh yeah.
That is like if I ever need any kind of like soundtrack just to get me through a day, that will immediately just it makes my day better.
It's
every
like
time.
I don't think this like the story itself, like it's a fine story and it has a fine script. It's not the most impressive thing, but I think like cinematography, the visual effects, the good scenes, like especially with Jeff Bridges, like it definitely makes this movie like just so good. Because I love Daft Punk. They did a really good job with the soundtrack for this movie. But so this movie came out in I think it was 2010. I think it's 2010 that it came out. And I've seen a couple people like criticize the de-aging at the beginning of the movie with Jeff Bridges. And like, this movie is 16 years old.
Dude, that was like the first time that they really did that.
And it was great.
At the time, I was like, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it looks
obviously
great.
Now it looks like it's CGI because it's not like to the level that it is today. But that was the first time that they like fully de-aged a person.
It looked good.
And not even like a slight de-aging.
Nope.
They took like 30 years off of it.
Yeah, I know. And they did a good job.
Yeah.
But talking about great performances, Jeff Bridges in this movie is so good. He is great. I love him in this movie. I think he is he is the star of it. And, you know, the scene where, because obviously, like, I don't know why I think he's now at the end of the movie where he sacrificed himself. He just basically became like code in the game or whatever. But
he reintegrated himself. Yeah.
That scene where he was like saying his final goodbye to Sam or whatever his son's name is. And just the performance is so good.
I don't know if you can tell. I actually have like a tear welling up.
It's like, so good.
It was such a pivital moment.
Yeah.
It's the way he's like, go.
Yep.
Take her. Yeah. And then you see them like living in the real world and riding on the motorcycle, and she sees the sunset for the first time, and that's how the movie finishes.
I know.
Oh my God.
Like, why couldn't we? I wish we would have gotten just a sequel to Legacy. Like, I wish they would have just continued that. That's what I wanted with a sequel.
That's what I wanted in Ares. I wanted the characters to make a return.
Do you remember when we saw Legacy in theaters? We
Power
lost
went
power.
out. Yeah. And they gave us free tickets to go see it.
I like
again.
remember that so vividly.
I was about to mention that because I think that was also when Caleb and I were still hanging out because I think he went to go see it with us.
Got it. But yeah, so I really do. I like this movie a lot. It's so fun. And this might be a hot take, and I know the first Tron movie it's very like, I mean, as far as like what it was able to do with,
that was like the 80s, wasn't it? Or like
70s,
late 70s.
70s, yeah. It's I find that movie dreadfully boring. I do not.
It is.
I don't like that movie. I can appreciate like, you know, how the goofiness, but like, you know, they didn't have much. I mean, they did a lot with like, you know, how they shot it with their costumes. It's a goofy movie. But it is so painfully boring. Legacy is like the best. I mean, I'm sure like old people will have like, you know, their Well, actually, even doesn't Dad really love Tron Legacy too? Isn't
He
that,
loves Tron Legacy more than he loves the original.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that some like older people, just you know what I mean by older people that are older than us.
Dad, you're old.
Yeah. Yeah. But they
kidding.
would, they boomers, whatever. We'll say that boomers. They'll just say that they like the original Tron more because it's from their time period. It's like, oh, this is like, you wouldn't have Tron Legacy without this Tron, and that's true.
It's true,
It's
but
true,
you have insanely thick,
exactly,
nostalgia glasses on right now.
Because
it's like
Tron
40x prescriptions if you think that the original one's better.
Tron Legacy is it's a good movie. I think Jeff Bridges puts in really, because obviously he's playing, what's his the villain's name? It's
Clue?
Clue. Yeah. He plays Clue really well.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the de-aging almost kind of looks like a video game character, I think it's still
I actually, while we were talking about this, I was thinking, what if that's like because you know how obsessed Flynn was with like the inside world?
Mm-hmm.
What if the de-aged CGI dad that we saw was actually just Clue? Like, because he knew how to get them out of the universe with his disc. So what if Flynn was like inside the game still, building everything, and sent Clue out to make sure that like he took care of his son every now and then while he worked in the system. And that's why the de-aging looks that way. It's because it's actually Clue.
And that's why Clue is so freaking pissed and done with his bull crap.
Yeah, because he got to experience the outside
that's
world.
Actually that's not a bad theory. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
I don't know if anybody's thought about it that way.
I don't think so. I
I mean, hey.
Because they kind of they almost make it very clear at the beginning of the movie that it's him, but it easily could not be like, since he made Clue.
Yeah.
He could just design Clue to be like, go look after my son, which, by the way, would make him just like the shittiest dad in the world.
It would be.
Which he kind of is not the greatest.
Kind of is.
He did leave him for 30 years or whatever. It's just like, I was busy probably hooking up with every girl I created in this world.
Yeah. It was the 80s, man.
Yeah, it was the 80s, man. There's a beverage here.
But I just thought about that while we were talking about how, people were complaining about the de-aging.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to think about it that way, you could. Like, maybe it wasn't a de-aging. Maybe it's because he was a program that was imperfect, so it didn't look like a human.
That's true.
But like, even the way they showed it, like when he rode off on the motorcycle, it looked just like Clue when he was on the light cycle. Like even the seating position, everyone. Like now I'm thinking about all this.
Interesting. That's a good theory. It's not a bad theory. But yeah, I think we can move on to that.
And sorry, one last thing.
Go ahead.
And when they de-aged him in the news clip, that felt more like the way Clue talked. In there is our future. In there is our destiny. Like it was super like.
Well, no, he says the same exact thing later in the movie. Yeah,
but I mean, like which
would line it up even more. He says the same exact thing.
He says, "Out there is our future" at the end of the movie, but at the beginning he said, "In there." So.
Well,
like at the beginning of the movie when they're talking about Flynn's disappearance, his last public was like, "In there's our future."
Which now that you say that line,
there's our destiny.
Damn.
I'm wearing shorts. Can you see the goosebumps?
I know. Oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
My Lord. But yeah, no, that's what I mean. Jeff Bridges is so good in this. He's good in this movie. He's really good.
God, the more we're talking about this, the more it's like climbing that. It's climbing that peak ladder for me now.
They got to release it back in theaters. I think
that would be so.
Wait, yeah, I mean,
that was personally my biggest letdown with Ares, though, is that they didn't try to get Daft Punk back, which I know that like
9 Inch Nails, I heard did a good.
No, they did a good job. It just did not have the same vibe.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't. No.
But 9 Inch Nails
didn't Daft Punk retire?
Yeah, they've been not broken up, but they've been retired for a while. But like, imagine if they would have come back just for that movie.
It would have been,
drop us one more album just for the sake of saying that you did it.
I just wish that they did a Tron Legacy sequel. Like they did a sequel to that movie, because I would have loved to see them going back to like Flynn's character, Flynn's son Sam, and his girlfriend, and how they've been doing the whole life thing, and maybe Sam became the new game creator, and his kids at a young age are now they somehow got into that world and were like discovering, life as, a young kid, but in this, world and discovering life in a different way. I think that would have been really cool if they'd have done a sequel to Tron Legacy. But great movie. Definitely. I would consider that peak. I don't think, I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece, but as far as like just being a peak, like, experience
idea and like the concept of it brought to life and how they did it,
like how they were able to make that sequel like that, I would agree that it's peak. But okay, so we're on to my pick. All right,
yeah.
Which one?
Unless you want to burn through all 5 of mine and then do all 5 of yours.
I mean, we could do it that way if you want.
If you want, I don't really care. Just however you're feeling.
Sure.
I know last time we did it, we bounced back and forth.
Yeah.
Which ended up getting convoluted anyway because like I then mentioned a random movie, then we got off topic and switched our lists around.
That's true.
So,
yeah, we can just do all yours.
All right, Gran Turismo.
Okay. Yeah. Gran Turismo.
That to me, like, I know.
I like definitely think it's underrated.
Yeah.
I don't think people give it enough appreciation.
I think it's good. In like the grand scheme of things, not many people would consider it peak. But when I think about peak movies, it's kind of just like how movies make me feel.
Okay.
And how I like resonate with them. Like Tron Legacy, like we just finished talking about. Like maybe as a movie, as like a whole, it's not peak, but what it stands for in my perspective.
No, that's fine.
Peak. So Gran Turismo is just like probably the feel-good movie for me. I can go back and rewatch it, and I've, like I said in a previous episode, I watched it like 7 times.
Yeah, I know.
And that's very, very rare for me to do.
Yeah, it is a good movie. I mean, it's definitely underrated for sure. Like, I don't think people gave it enough appreciation for like
I
how
think it's a lot better than F1. Like a lot better.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I almost have them like right next to each other. I think
like they're at a rate, like they're at a race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I like F1. I mean, we talked about it in the Best Picture, like in our Best Picture video, talking about the nominees. But I mean, I don't think it's anything like absolutely groundbreaking. Like I don't think like none of them beat Ford versus Ferrari in my opinion.
No.
Ford but Gran Turismo, I think for it being a adaptation of a game. And it's a
true story.
Yeah, and it's a true story, and it being this
based. It's probably a little bit Hollywoodified or whatever.
Well, it is Hollywoodified, but no, actually, the stunt driver for our character is the real driver. Was the real driver
based off of, yeah.
But no, I mean, I think that the way they filmed it, the way like they went about, like when he was like in his room, playing it, and then like the whole entire car like morphs around him and he's like actually becoming this racer. I think it's really cool. I think it's a very interesting take on like a race car movie. Just like how Gran Turismo is an interesting take on like, a race car game. It's just like I think that it's fun. It's a good movie. But since you love it so much, you talk more about it.
I just think that like the pacing of it was done really well. I think they showed every side of like him as a driver and as a person. Like they showed his like how he didn't necessarily care too much about partying in the beginning. He was hyper focused and trying to beat the odds, and his dad never believed in him and all that stuff. And he also had to deal with like his brother that was overshadowing him, and how his parents I wouldn't say loved his brother more, but like they had more faith in his success as a soccer player and like all this stuff. It's a huge underdog story, and I don't know why I'm spacing on his name, but the guy that was like his coach.
It was
from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm spacing. Because whenever I think of him, I just want to call him Harper, but that's like
I know his name.
Stranger Things.
Why do I do that every single time? I just like
anyway. Regardless, just to continue the conversation,
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
Something Harbor. David Harbour. I think it's David Harbour.
I think you're right. And maybe that's why I constantly think of Harper, because it's Harbour and Harbour.
David.
But
Harbour.
Anyway, while you're looking that up,
David Harbour.
Okay, cool. Perfect. We got it. We got there one day.
Yeah.
I just think that his
speaking of David Harbour, I bumped into him at the the
Stranger Things. I remember that.
Well, he actually bumped into me.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Sorry, dude."
I remember that was so funny because So I went to the season 4 premiere with him, and we were like, I forget if it wasn't the dance floor, it was like the opposite room with like all the hors d'oeuvres and
It was
whatever.
like the after party,
The like after party section or whatever. I was just walking around with him. We were getting like hors d'oeuvres and drinks and just talking. And then he bumps into him, and Cameron turns around and he goes, "David Harbour just bumped into me."
Yeah. I was like,
he just
talked to me too. He said sorry to me.
But anyway, so I think he also, like, his personification of the character was perfect.
Yeah.
Especially because he was trying to, first off, he did probably what every good coach should do. And that's not push people to the point of like psychosis breakdowns, but challenging, like challenging them. And like, he tried so hard to get that, I don't know why I'm spacing on his name in the movie, but the main character, he tried so hard to get him out because he was not convinced that he was good enough, and he had to prove that he knew what he was doing. And then after that happened, he kind of became this like father figure.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the whole car crash scene, that's another scene that gives me goosebumps like every time I think about it, because he was so like defiant, like, I don't want to race anymore, I'm not going to do this. And then like after the crash, when David Harbour's character brought him back in that gorgeous Porsche, the sound of the exhaust. Ugh. Anyways, the way that he like told the story about how he crashed and he gave up racing and he's spent his life regretting it, and like, you got to get back on the horse, you got to get back on the road, you have to do it, you're meant for this, and all that kind of stuff. It's just it was such good storytelling. And like, it's very similar to F1 in a couple of ways, but like,
I mean, it's a racing movie.
Yeah, it's a racing movie, but
you have your, you know, your rise, your fall, your rise again, and then you have your, you know, conclusion.
But I feel like in terms of like storytelling, I think Gran Turismo did it a little bit better, because F1 to me, the movie kind of felt like finding a resolution to a problem that pre-existed, whereas the Gran Turismo movie was like someone carving their own path and beating every odds, like every odds, beating all of the odds.
Well, I think it's also, it's a different, it's just a different kind of movie in general, especially when it comes to like racing movies.
Oh yeah, I know they're different.
Because it's, no, I mean like a good way, like that, the reason that you probably think Gran Turismo is, that you like it more than F1 is because it follows a different story. Like, we're following people that have never raced actual cars and are literally getting a chance because they're, you know, the #1 racers in a world in a video game. So it makes it interesting. Like, it gives you more reason like, to be like involved in the story.
It also connects to the part of me that is like a gamer.
Exactly.
Like,
I
love
and we
video
did.
Games,
Yeah,
so.
we played a lot of racing games as kids, and
Need for Speed Carbon.
I know. That's
Let's
like the
have
best.
a segment where we talk about peak video games.
Yeah, that's the best.
That is up there as one of my favorite racing games of all time.
That's the best. What I love about the game is that you could actually buy ads to like have them like project in the game, and they do that with like Gran Turismo 2. Like, that's why sometimes you have to update your game even though nothing changes in the game. It's because they add new ads to like actually be in the game. It's so cool. It's so meta.
But yeah, I love the movie.
It's great.
Like I said, it's just if I just am ever having like a shit day and I just don't know what to do with my time or whatever, it's like one of the rare movies that I'll just throw on and watch.
It's always good to have one of those
just to feel good.
Yeah,
because I'm not a huge rewatch. I'm becoming a rewatcher, and I've talked about that before.
It's good. It's good to be a rewatcher. I mean, yeah, you've seen Project Hail Mary twice now, and we're about to see a third and fourth time.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's
rewatch movies. We have to get a shirt. We have to make a shirt.
Yeah, merch.
Rewatch
movies. The first.
We gotta do that.
Yeah, Sips of Cinema.
Rewatch movies.
Or it can be like we can, instead of it being like rewatch movies, it'll be like the first one said we've seen it, and then the back of the shirt says now see it again.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, so like that way, if someone sees it, they're like, "What does that mean?" And they turn around to look at the rest of it, and it's like, "Now see it again."
You want to go on to the next one?
Yeah. The next one that I have is Pig.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna.
And I know that you'll have a lot to talk about this movie too.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you love this movie.
I love this movie.
Fun
I love
fact,
this
we
movie.
actually rewatched Pig to talk about it in
Yeah.
our first ever episode,
Yeah.
the Robin Hood episode,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't think we ever really talked on it.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Yeah.
Just a little bit in that episode, and we're trying to. I'm actually like I'm pretty like decent friends with the director and cinematographer on the film, so we're trying to get them on the podcast, and they said that they want to. So stay tuned for that later in the year when
That'll be a sick episode.
I know when the Death of Robin Hood comes out, because we're gonna try to get them on, and we're gonna open up a special bottle of wine that I got for that episode. So yeah, just stay tuned for that, because we're gonna do our best to make that happen for you. But yes, Pig. We saw this in the theater because this movie came out at like the height of COVID in 2021. So it was just like it was like back when the theaters were like finally starting to reopen to the public, but people were still just not going.
I actually don't think I saw this one in the theater.
Yeah, we saw it together. I'm pretty sure we saw it together in the theater. Yeah, we did, because we both left and we were just like, that was great. I'm almost certain that we saw it together.
I could have sworn the first time I saw it was on Hulu.
I think we saw it together,
but maybe it was in the theater. I don't know.
I think
continue though, because maybe it'll jog my memory.
It's so good. It's just like it's an independent film. Neon distributed it, and Michael Sarnowski, the director, wrote and directed it. It stars Nicolas Cage, and it's just
one of his best performances.
Oh yeah, I think so too. And it's actually one of Nicolas Cage's
favorite
of his own films. Yeah, and his like top 5 that he's ever done. It's such a good movie. It's just about this truffle farmer who has a truffle pig that he uses to get the truffles. And one day, his pig gets stolen, and then he just goes on this adventure, just journey to get his pig back. And a lot of people, because I talked highly about it, and when it first came out on my social medias, because I was just like so addicted to this movie, and everyone was just like, it just sounds like John Wick, but with Nicolas Cage and a pig. And I was just like, it is not John Wick. Like, no. Yeah, it's about someone who cares about their pet. But no, it's not a violent. Well, there is a scene where he's like has to prove himself or like to get like information, and he gets beaten to a pulp
in like an underground fighting ring,
which is just so cool. It's just like such a good idea. But the movie is about him using words to destroy people, to get them to their like deepest, just like regrets. Like, I mean, he literally just pulls apart the chef's like mentality of like what he's doing to try and like innovate new ideas.
Dude, that scene was so great,
so good.
Like
he was literally losing his mind.
You visibly could see him start tweaking.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
All of the gears that had been stuck for years started spinning again, and it's like the most uncomfortable smile I've seen in like a while.
Yep.
Like other than like Smile,
I know
the movie,
the smile is,
but like
weird.
His smile is just like it was so eerie.
Very. But it's just
smiling while he's like pouring the wine. And he's like, I'm like, he's gonna kill someone.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
I love this movie. Like, so I love cinematography. So shout out Pat Scola. I'm good buddies with him. We've like ranted about movies and talked about movies. His cinematography is so good. And this movie is just the way it opens with the forest and Nicolas Cage cleaning the under the water. Just the cinematography is so good in this movie. The colors are so good in this movie. And I grew up wanting to be a chef. That was like, and I still love cooking. I love cooking.
He's good at it too.
Yeah, thanks. But I also the way the movie shoots like the cooking, like at the end of the movie within the kitchen, the colors are so good. Just him cooking the duck and pouring the wine. It's just, the movie looks so good. And it's such a easy story too. It's literally just him going on this journey of trying to find it, like just getting his pig back. It's literally so good. And I love the scene. It's like, and every single time I watch it, it gets me just a little emotional, but just him talking about when he was talking with his, not supplier, but the person that he gives the truffles to go, take them to whoever. He was like, why do you then why do you need the pig back? Because he had found out that he doesn't actually need the pig to get the truffles. Spoiler alert. But he was just like, then why do you want this pig back? And he was like, I love her.
It's
Just
my
like
pig.
it's just as simple as that.
Yep.
Just like that's all you need is to love something, and then you'll do whatever. And I think it's because they can. I mean, I think the pig is a symbol for his wife.
Mhm.
And because and I love how the way the movie ends. Him just having that slow walk where the camera pans inside the house or his cabin, and him walking through the forest, and then him coming inside, taking off his shoes, and then he puts on
Like the cassette
the
tape.
cassette
or
of
whatever
his wife singing
Mhm.
is it Man on Fire by Bruce Springsteen?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's Man
Yeah.
on Fire or something like that.
Some-
I'm on
yeah.
fire or
I'm on
something.
fire.
Yeah.
It was something like that, but it was gorgeous.
Oh, I'm on fire. Yeah, it's I'm on fire. She starts singing that, and then he just like looks up to her, you know,
Mhm.
whatever, just like looks up to the sky, and that's where the movie ends. Such a good. It's just
so good.
it's such a good movie.
Mhm.
It like if you have not seen Pig, sorry, this is your pick.
No, it's fine.
I was talking about it.
No, I mean that's why I said I was like I know
Yeah.
you have a lot to talk about because I mean anything.
But
that
here
you
you
say
go ahead.
about
I
it-
want to hear your thoughts on it though.
I mean, you've covered all of it. I mean,
Okay.
like, and not in a bad way, but like, it's so good. Like,
It's great.
like you said, like, and I love how. First off, I know that we talked about this previously, and maybe eventually we'll do this episode, but just having like an episode where we talk about food in cinema and all the different ways that it's portrayed in all the
Yeah.
different movies, there is something about capturing someone cooking or like a freshly prepared
Yep.
meal.
I agree.
It immediately, even if you've never had the meal before or if you've like never had anything like that, it creates this immediate sense of nostalgia for some
exactly.
reason.
No, I
For, like,
agree.
even if you have no association with the food itself.
Yep.
Like seeing food on and same thing with like like when we did like
Yeah.
the Studio Ghibli episode, like how they portray like some of the food that's in animation
Yeah.
is like the most delectable looking
I know.
food.
It's amazing. It is incredible.
Like just any kind of way that food is portrayed in movies is, and maybe it's just the fat ass in me that's talking, but like I love food in movies so much.
Yeah, I know.
And-
The way that I love the way that food can be represented in film. I mean,
Mhm.
I really do, and it's really represented well in this
It
this
is.
movie. Well, really well because it connects it to memory, because that's like I said, that's how he gets people to like access their like inner demon of just talking to them. Just like calling them out on their bullshit crap of like why they're just not innovative, they're lazy, they're blah blah blah. You basically only waited until I wasn't in the industry anymore to take your opportunity. I fired you for being a crappy sous chef, and now you're doing this crap. Like you have no sense of like you're just doing
sense of self.
You're just doing things because you want to, like, and it's good to do things that you want to do, but you're not really paying attention. You're not doing anything. People aren't real.
None of this is real.
Exactly.
No one cares.
These people aren't real. You're not real.
Yeah.
Just like, holy shit. Like if someone ever said that to me, I would freaking down a glass of wine and just want to like kill
awkwardly
myself.
smile the whole time.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I've ever seen someone drink a glass of wine while smiling.
Yeah,
That was
I know.
Really
that
uncomfortable.
that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the movie where he
like makes this mobster
yeah,
cry over his food
because it
reminded him of his wife.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's like what he means about how these people aren't real, or like talking down that guy. He actually cared about his, job. He remembered every single person that he had ever cooked for, every single dish, every single whatever. Just, it's such a, there's so many, it's not a dialogue heavy movie. Like, it's not like every single second is someone talking, but when there's scenes of him talking or there's scenes of dialogue, it's just, the scenes are so good. Like, I especially like the scene where he goes back to the bakery that his wife worked at, and then he asks for the like the pastry and the salted baguette, which actually I think for this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was looking up like salted baguette, and when I looked up salted baguette, the first thing that popped up was the scene in Pig where they have the salted baguette. So I think that I don't think a salted baguette is actually like something that's like you
It's
would
not like a
casually
norm.
see.
Yeah.
I think that they specifically did that in the movie because it's a baguette, but they added salt on it because it was just just a different twist to give his wife some context behind who she was and what she was doing with making stuff. And that's like the scene where it was almost like he was like just like a little kid, just like grabbing the pastry, grabbing the baguette, and he's just holding it. He's like, "Can I have another one? because he wanted to give it. It's just like it. I love the way that they represent food in this movie. It's so good, especially at the end of the movie, which just like because like some of the necessities because I'm getting married in December. Some of the necessities that I need for my house is I need a big kitchen and I need great like copper cookware. I need like the best stuff because they use copper cookware at the end of this movie, and it's just like cinematography is so fucking good.
Yep.
And I love how he's teaching this young kid, like, you know, this kid that's lost. I mean, he is just, you know, he has the Camaro or whatever. I think it was the Camaro. Just like, you know,
the Bumblebee
he's
Camaro.
dressing so just like to prove himself. And he's actually being guided. He's being taught. He's being shown how to, you know, properly wash your hands, how to properly prepare something. And then like, just, it's a great movie. I think if like a movie that presents food in a really, really powerful way, this movie does it in like, not just like it feels nostalgic for us, but it also has a point of why they're making food to unlock that emotion to like really destroy people. It's great. It's so good. And actually, so we can move on from this one because, and I'm going to jump in because I actually have two. I have two on here that can coincide with this, but I'll talk about one.
Yeah.
Chef.
Okay. Yeah.
We didn't talk about this last episode, right?
I think
I had thought about it and we had maybe mentioned it, but Chef. Okay, Chef.
Another unbelievably phenomenal.
Talk about a food movie. Like,
and that is also another movie that I go back and I watch all the time.
It's so easy to rewatch.
Yeah.
It's so
I think
good.
I've seen that movie like 12 times.
Oh yeah.
Like that one is so good.
It's so good. I have like such a like a kind of a personal connection to it because it came out. So this was a movie that also came out in like 2014. So it's been out for like 12 years. And I watched it when it originally came out, not in theaters, but you know, back then. And
if you guys are in Vegas, they have the food truck there. Go check it out.
I was actually, I'm going to be back in Vegas. I could go there and get something.
Damn. Now I kind of want to go to Vegas with my friend in May just so I can go to the food truck.
So if you aren't, which casino?
Park MGM.
Yeah, Park MGM. Go there. They have the actual like food truck from the movie, and they like Jon Favreau. They created like an actual restaurant that you can go to there. The food is outstanding. Did you know?
Well, I mean, we tried it all.
No, I know, but you know, Binging with Babish.
Yeah.
Did you watch his video where it was recently, it was actually after we went, like a month after, he went to the Park MGM because he found out that they had that chef truck there and he tried all their food and he had nothing but like amazing like high reviews. Praise. Yeah, because the food is incredible. You know what they don't have though? Beignets. They don't. And that was like so sad.
That was because they originally had it,
but apparently it was like not popular enough or something. Or something. But how can you get rid of the beignets?
Yeah, it's like iconic for the movie.
Because like they have other stuff. Like obviously they have the Cubano that you can get, which is like, oh my gosh, that Cubano, the churros with the caramel sauce, unbelievable. Which Binging with Babish, he ate the caramel sauce and he was like, this is like the greatest caramel sauce I ever had. This is like, I think it's not just caramel sauce. I think it's mixed with like blah, blah, blah. And he started naming things off. And then he goes up to ask like, what's in the caramel sauce? And they're like, it's just caramel sauce. And he was like, I just got humbled. But so this movie, talk about like, just like the way you shoot food in movies. Like the grilled cheese scene where he like scrapes the butter.
God.
Where he scrapes the butter on the already cooked bread.
God, that makes me feel a certain way.
Talk about talk about unhealthy, but it's just like so good. Just
when the crispiness when the knife glides and then he goes to cut it and he picks up half of it and the cheese just starts like pouring out.
Now that is a grilled cheese. Like that's a grilled cheese. If you're gonna have a grilled cheese, you have to have that grilled cheese. It's so good. Or the scene where he's like, it was after he got all the ingredients for his new menu that his boss denied for the reviewer. And then they just ended up giving the same stuff to the reviewer. And then at his home to like basically just like let off some steam, he just cooks the whole entire menu and just, we see everything. It's so good. Also the opening of just like him flicking on all the lights and then rolling open his knife set and then starting to cut up, all the vegetables. And then just like, Yeah, it's just so good. Also, the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like I can just like hear it. Just him doing and it's like in the body.
Yeah,
It's just like the song starting.
It's so good.
It's so good. Like da, 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 da. It's just it's so addicting. The soundtrack is so addicting to this movie. It's so addicting, in fact, that like Chef, it's like has become like mean, where it's like, have you seen Chef? Have you seen Chef? Like I don't know if you know iDubbbz TV.
Yeah.
Now that's a throwback.
Nah.
But in like his videos, he would constantly get sent like the soundtrack to Chef. It's just like, thank you. I've never gotten this before, and then break it in half. But just I don't know why it got so. I think it's because the soundtrack is just so like so iconic and so good. But it's so good. Also, I love how Jon Favreau makes his wife Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. But oh wait, well, speaking of Chef, apparently this movie, so he made Iron Man. He started the MCU. He made Iron Man, and then he directed Iron Man 2, and then he made Chef, and this is when he left the MCU, and apparently he made Chef, which by the way, he cast Scarlett Johansson. He got Robert Downey Jr. from like because he's worked with them prior for Iron Man and Iron Man 2. And apparently Chef is supposed to be this like call out to how they treated him on Iron Man 2. Like, you know, the way the manager was treating him about how they didn't let him do what he wanted to do because he knew it would be the good direction. They just wanted to do what works and what they've been doing. So that's what they were, how they basically
Iron Man
treated
1 was
him.
the hot lava cake.
Yeah. Yeah. You take a frozen cylinder of ganache and you set it in the ramekin so the outside becomes cooked and the inside becomes molten.
It's fucking molten.
You see, it's fucking molten, you asshole. It's so good.
If you can tell, we've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, apparently this movie is supposed to be a whole entire like message about how he was treated on Iron Man 2 and how the MCU treated his like, you know, vision and didn't let him have, you know, creative freedom. And then he went on to make this movie, which is just, I think this movie is peak. It's so good. It is just like, it is such a fun movie to watch. It's a great story about fatherhood and, you know, I just love like, I would love to like run a food truck.
Yeah,
you know, one day
it would be awesome.
Like, you know, obviously I'm going to continue doing this, but I think it would be so cool to maybe even do like a movie themed like food truck or something. It would be so cool. And just like, you know, I think about doing it with like my kid or something, like doing something with my kid to like do something like that.
One of the things that I've always felt is that eventually, like when I get into the like retirement age, because like I don't think I'll ever want to truly retire.
No,
I feel like anybody who like
if you love what you do, then you don't retire.
But what I mean is like if I get to a point where I don't have to do a certain thing as a job, then I'll retire. But then afterwards, like I want to open like a cafe.
Oh
or something like that, where like that becomes my job, dude.
I've talked to my fiance Stephanie about it. That I want to make like, because like I said, I love food and I love like the idea of having that community and people love like that's why I want to be a director. I just want to like provide something for someone to have them like unlock certain emotions, and food unlocks emotions, and I connect those two together. And I think it'd be really cool to have like a really nice like fine dining restaurant that's related to movies, and you know having you know memorabilia or stuff there to bring people back in time and to you know make everything feel nostalgic and home, but also be this like very you know, I want to do that too. Like not retire, but I want to also do that.
Yeah,
like continue doing movies, but also have a restaurant that I can like run.
Yeah. I think what would be really cool is like, well, and my whole thing is like retirement wouldn't really be retirement. That would just become my job, but it would be a job that I would do once I'm set for life.
Yeah,
like as long as I have everything else taken care of, because like starting a restaurant, you're almost always going to be in the negative.
Exactly. Yep.
So you have to have something else that'll be funding it the whole time.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think would be really cool is having like, and I honestly think it'd be cool to do like with the movie theme too. But like opening a cafe where people can come in, they can relax, they can work on stuff, and then have a second floor above it that's an art studio.
Ooh.
And people can go up there and like they can take art classes. We can have like,
That's cool.
like stand-in like models for life drawing and stuff. Like I think that would be like
that is really cool.
Like a cool idea.
That's cool.
Because then it would tie everything together.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, graphic designer. I love cafes, and
for sure.
Ironically, I don't like coffee.
I know, but cafe is just like
yeah.
Cafe is like a place to go.
I like salted croissants. What can I say?
Exactly.
Back to pig.
Salted,
which actually
baguette
or baguette. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, not
salted croissants
but,
could bang too.
So, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, because
you don't even like salt. What are you talking about?
I don't like adding salt onto things after the fact. I like it if it's like baked into it. The only thing I don't like. I'm a texture guy. Yeah. I hate the texture of salt. So like
I love the texture of salt.
Like I'm very boring when I make food. So when I make like eggs for breakfast, I put nothing in it. Like sometimes I'll put like chives or like something, but if I put anything in it, I have to put it in the eggs before I make it.
All things, like you say, I don't put anything in my eggs, and literally the average person would never put chives in their eggs, like just like on a whim. And you're like, I don't put salt in my eggs. I might put chives in them. Like it's just like no like average person.
The other thing
with chives.
The other thing that I do with my eggs, and this is for anybody out there that needs to hit their macros, add Greek yogurt to your eggs. You'll thank me later.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's the same thing with like
phenomenal.
It's the same thing with sour cream. It's just like what you got to do. You got to put them on like low to medium heat. Put your eggs, beat them, and then you want to put some salt, some pepper, and you want to put some like a tablespoon or two of sour cream, and you just literally cook it while stirring it nonstop. And once it's cooked, you have these like really fluffy eggs that are like the creamiest and most amazing eggs that you ever have. And I'm sure it's almost the same thing for Greek yogurt.
It's the same thing with Greek yogurt.
I think Greek would just be a little more tangy, just a little more.
It is a little bit more tangy, but it's also higher up there with protein.
Exactly. I know. I just mean that like, but I was gonna say the sour cream, and then you said that, and I was like, oh yeah, that would work too. I never even thought of doing that.
It is slightly more tangy, but I almost like that too, especially because I counteract a lot of the stuff that I make with spice. So like I have that hot sauce, that like garlic hot sauce that I make, which is we're getting maybe owning a restaurant wouldn't be a bad idea.
We gotta do it. We gotta start funding a restaurant. We gotta start funding a restaurant. But we can move on from Chef, and I have one more because it still goes. It wraps up within the food topic. But Chef is great. Watch Chef. Could not recommend that movie enough. It's a great movie. But
pause the podcast right now. Go watch it.
Then come back. Yeah. But I don't know if you've seen this one, so we won't talk about this one for a while. But have you seen Boiling Point?
I know that we've talked about it extensively.
I've recommended it
because I know that I did a couple of I think you did like a movie recommendation video that I edited for you.
Oh, I did.
And I don't remember if I watched it because of that video that I edited or if I just like understood the movie because of your review. But it's the movie that's all shot. It's a whole one shot.
It is like an hour and 25 or an hour and like 30 some minutes. And I think it took like 3 to 4 takes, and the whole entire movie is shot in one continuous take. And it stars Stephen Graham, who you've seen recently in Adolescence, which actually it was something Barantini. That's the director's name. Philip Barantini, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's right. But they're like this really amazing duo, and they did Adolescence together, which is a show that every single episode is done in one take. So they're really like trying to innovate that concept of doing something in one take. And although Boiling Point might not be like a cooking movie that you would go in to watch to be like inspired by food, because I don't think there's necessarily a lot of shots that are like how you have like the grilled cheese. It's not. What that movie accomplishes is showing you the chaotic nature of a kitchen and just what it's like being like the head chef and having to deal with everything, having to deal with food critics, having to deal with shitty customers, having to deal with bad workmanship between workers. It's just and it's like it is anxiety inducing throughout the whole entire thing. It is just like literally. I like the way that they call it, like why it's called Boiling Point, because like
you're getting to your point of breaking.
You're getting to your boiling point of just like where you can't take it anymore, and you're just like it's a great movie. So we won't talk about it much, but I think it is my list. So that's one of my choices for peak cinema. I think it's honestly we need more stuff like that. They need Barantini and Graham. They need to make another movie together and do something like that because that movie is phenomenal. He's also great in it. Stephen Graham. He is phenomenal in the movie. It's great. Watch it.
The fact that they did that in what you said, like 3 or 4 takes or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
That is incredible.
That's
I mean,
stupid.
I haven't watched it, but like
rehearsed it.
Well, yeah.
But as far as like actually having the camera on, they did it like I think 3 to 4 times.
That's crazy.
Which is still nuts. I mean, that is fucking. You know how much like how much you have
the
to
amount
like
of
prepare
confidence
for
that you have to have in like knowing your
like
lines
one trip
and
up of
everything.
the camera operator and you have to restart it.
Run it back.
That's crazy. It's just, but it's so impressive because it proves that it's possible.
Yeah.
Like I love that's what like exactly we were talking about in the last episode about Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They're doing things that seem impossible, but you can do it. And if you actually put your mind to it, you can accomplish it. That's what we need more of is like people that actually have that confidence into showing you that things are possible. I think people are so scared about doing things new and different and trying to be super just safe with what people have been just brainwashed into liking or thinking is a good movie. That's what my issue with like a lot of streaming movies. Like I'm not going to call out any particular streaming service because I think they're all like guilty of this, but I feel like they all fall under that category of just playing it so safe to the point where every single movie is just like the last that gets to streaming because they know that they don't have to really do much to impress their audience. They're just they have like really tanked people's expectations, their patience, and they just whatever gets released is just like, yeah, I had a fun time with it. Like I plopped it on, I had a good time with it, and it was a great movie. It's just like, no, it wasn't. Like you don't know what a great movie is. You don't know. I mean, not to sound like narcissistic or arrogant or whatever, but I think that that's just like we need more stuff like this because someone will watch Boiling Point and be like, "I was boring," and I'm just like, "Shut your fucking mouth!" Like, just like shut up.
Put some respect on their name.
Like, how about you actually realize what you're watching and not like watching something that has zero depth with like the worst acting you've ever seen and thinking that that's something that's good because it kept your interest for more than 5 minutes. Like, watch something that is actually going to change the way that you look at cinema. Like seriously, watch it. Like because this movie also came out during COVID, like during that time, so I don't even think it got like an amazingly long time in theaters. But it's a great movie. It's a masterpiece. It is a fabulous movie. We'll move on from it because I know you haven't seen it, so watch it.
I do, yeah. I need to.
It's great. It's a really good movie, and it's fast paced too. Because I mean, it's like you are following this person for like the whole entire thing, and it's great. It's a really good movie. But now we'll move back to you.
Okay.
So you're on your 4th one, right? And I just did 2 of mine.
You just did 2, so I'll do these 2, and then you'll have 3.
Yeah.
The outfit.
Ooh, the outfit. Nice. I haven't even like thought of this movie in a while.
Me neither.
But we saw it in theaters because this was also like in that weird COVID era. Great movie. It's a contained film. Contained film is a film that takes place in like one location, and it's like no matter how many characters are in the movie, they all end up coming back to this area. Easier to film, makes it cheaper, and it gives you a chance to be experimental as far as your storytelling because they go into because it's about this guy that I'm sorry, this is your peak movie.
No, that's fine. Go for it. Honestly, you might have more to say about it than I do, just because like the only time that I watched it was in the theater, and I forget what it was, whether I saw something about it or because you know how randomly you just like think about things for no reason. I don't know if it was like a movie that I just finished and it made me think about it, or I saw the main character play a different role in a different movie and it made me think about the outfit.
Okay.
All I know is that I randomly had a thought about it and I immediately wrote it down in my notes so that we can talk about it. I haven't like delved back into the movie. I just knew that I had to talk about it on this episode when I thought about it.
It's good.
But
so
I'll say what little that I remember about it for the most part. Like the main character is I forget what they're called, but he's a tailor. He's essentially a tailor. I didn't know if there was like a different name for it for someone who crafts suits.
He's like a tailor from the Civil Row in London, right? I think it's London. And he has just become this like where people go, like I mean like the guy that people know,
the guy,
and he
like the highest echelon tailor that you can find.
He crafts suits for like really like important people, and this one day he ends up getting involved with some pretty bad people, and you can continue.
Well, I mean the whole thing is just it's he's just this tailor. He makes suits, gets mixed up with the wrong crowd, and then you realize that at least this is the way that I took it.
Spoiler. I think you're about to get into it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's an old movie, but like he ends up like the reason the movie's called The Outfit is because of the organization that he's a part of.
Yeah, I know.
And he ends up just being this insane like mob boss hidden as a tailor.
I know.
And
it's super cool.
It's such a good movie.
I love Mark Rylance. He's the main guy.
Yeah.
I know.
He's such a good actor.
When we go, we're gonna feel like that when we go to New York to get our fitted for the suits.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome.
I gotta rewatch that. It's great.
It's
good.
It's
a
need
good movie
too. I was waiting until after we talked. I don't know why I was waiting until after we talked about it for the episode to watch it, but
definitely underrated.
Yeah,
it's an underrated like gem.
And I think, and maybe it's because it's a contained film, like you were talking about, but I loved like the angles that they had with their certain shots, like the close-ups, like the color saturation. It wasn't exactly like a timepiece or whatever you would classify it, but just like the like the grungy nature of the cinematography, it fit like the time and the feeling of the movie. Like and the gravitas of like the evil that happens everywhere. And dude, it's just
it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. If you haven't watched it, please
definitely
go watch it.
You probably haven't, because it was just like it came out and people like didn't really talk about it much.
I like how a lot of the movies that we're talking about now are like COVID centric.
I know.
They're like COVID era-esque. It's weird.
But yeah, great movie. Great.
Yeah, phenomenal. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to talk about specifically about it. But
I would have to rewatch
it could have just been a very quick convo.
I would have to rewatch it, but yeah.
Like I said, I can't remember like super specifics just because it's been so long, but it's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
And like even without rewatching it, I can remember vividly how satisfied I was watching it.
Me too.
And all that means is that the next time I rewatch it, I'm going to enjoy it
exactly.
more.
I think exactly. I have to rewatch it, and I think I'll just like it a lot.
If I remember, they did like a lot of close-up scenes of him actually crafting suits.
Yeah, I think near the beginning of the movie they
did like a bunch of like really close-up with like the thread.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
I don't know if I'm making that shit up in my mind, but
if
just
you like that kind of stuff, you have to watch Phantom Thread.
Yeah, I guess I will. I haven't heard. I don't even know what that movie is.
It's Paul Thomas Anderson and Daniel Day-Lewis. It's about this guy that's tailor, but he makes dresses for very famous women, and he ends up falling deeply in love with this younger woman and as like his muse or whatever. And there's like a scene where they craft a dress for her. And it's just like ASMR,
I would like that.
It's so good. So you would like that movie. It's a good movie. There's a lot of scenes of making like dresses. So, but yeah, The Outfit, great movie. Definitely watch that movie. Definitely very fun.
And then the last one that I had, and I feel like you'll agree, is I almost said Escape, but it's not Escape. Upgrade.
Oh yeah. I love Upgrade.
Dude, the cinematography in that movie.
It is nuts.
The way that they shot some of those scenes is just
I actually got
unbelievable.
I know. I got to talk to the director about it too.
Yeah.
I was because I got to interview him for Wolfman, his next movie. Or not his next movie after that one, but his newest movie. I got to talk to him, and I mentioned that about like, what was it like coming up with like how you were going to shoot this movie, because it's so well done, and how they captured like this the idea of this person now being like basically robotic, just like having all of these like the way the camera like follows his body when he like stands like straight up like this, like he just like pushes himself up. It's so cool. Or when he does like the multiple backflips and the camera like turns with him. It's so good. It's a great movie. That's a good pick. That's a
very very good movie. And like I know how whenever we talk about these kind of like futuristic movies, I always talk about the cars. I love the car.
It is super cool.
I love the car in that movie. It's like the self-autonomous. It doesn't even have a windshield type thing. It's so cool.
It is really cool.
Such a cool design.
It's just like it's violent. It's gory. It's grisly. It's grungy. I mean, it is dystopian. It's like it's Venom if it were good. It's
yeah, it is.
And actually, and they look very similar too. Tom Hardy and what's his name in this movie? crap.
I
forget his
actually,
name,
when I
but-
was like trying to remind myself about the movie and I looked it up, I actually thought it was
yeah,
Tom Hardy
they do.
for a
They
second.
look very
They
similar,
look very
but yeah,
similar.
it's like the same like kind of concept of like him getting this new voice in his head that's like, you know, kind of controlling his body. And
not kind of.
well, in this movie he is like controlling
Yeah.
his body, but just like the same thing, telling him to do these things or whatever. Just it's a really fun movie. I mean, it's just like, well, again, it's innovative with how they shoot it. The cinematography is great. The way that it's not like it's not a super complicated movie. It's just like kind of this mystery movie of, you know, and it's very good.
Mhm.
It's a really, really fun movie. I like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like, just circling back, I do think when we're done here, I might rewatch The Outfit today.
Okay, yeah.
Now that I'm like thinking about it,
I'll have to rewatch it too, because now
Yeah.
now I'm thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, I'm gonna rewatch it too, because
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
But yeah, the
Upgrade
upgrade
great.
is just so it
Upgrade
was,
is great.
When we saw it, I was just like, dude, this shit is so
I
sick.
know.
I remember
I remember the trailer coming out.
yeah.
And we were like showing it to each other. We were like, this looks crazy.
it looks so good. But like the scene specifically where he like stands up
Mm-hmm.
and like they show that on camera, it gave me the same like chills that the top down like building shot in the like newest John Wick movie.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
gave me the same like chills.
Just like
this
dude,
is
that
so
was crazy.
sick.
Like that, yeah. No, I agree.
Not the same
I-
vibe,
no,
obviously,
but,
because
like,
it's a different
just-
scene. But like the same
It's like
feeling.
weren't expecting it. And you're
Yeah.
like, damn, that was crazy.
So
like
cool.
it's really cool. I definitely, it's definitely one of the more. It's definitely like one of my favorite sci-fi movies. Like I think it's so, because it's kind of like one of those sci-fi movies. It takes place in like this like a postmodern or like a not too distant future that's kind of reminiscent of our like current state, but it's just a little bit into the future. I love how he has like a connection to, you know, retro and older cars. Like he's refurbishing this classic car, which shows that he doesn't like have, you know, any interest in like the stupid drive yourself cars, even though his wife does.
Mhm.
And it's a really good movie. He's also really, really great in it. He does a really good job like with his mannerisms, like being this like just this robotic walking person. Like he does a really good job. It's
Yeah.
also a funny movie. I mean, it's like it it has like really funny scenes, especially like in the when he's in the bathroom scene and he starts like cutting this guy up.
Yeah.
He's just like stop. Yeah, like it's just
Yeah.
it's a funny movie. It's definitely like I said, it's definitely like one of the more interesting sci-fi films that I've seen. I think it's a very fun movie. Definitely one that I can revisit like and have a fun time with. Like just not like a comfort film, but just like I can have fun rewatching
Yeah,
it.
just like a reminisce.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is sick.
Uh-huh. We're moving on to mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Your
cool.
last
I think
three.
we're like running through these last bits. But
yeah.
that's okay.
how long have we been recording?
About an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
fine. We
fine.
got 3 more
Yeah,
movies.
we're
We're
fine.
good.
So let's see which one I want to do first. So I have that one, and okay. Let's do this one because I don't know if you've seen this movie. Have you seen Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. Watch it. It is one of the saddest movies like I've ever seen. It is so good. So it's about this kid played by Logan Lerman, who is this very shy person. He just has some very sad current situations with his brother having killed himself, and he's trying to get through that. He's a freshman in high school, and then he ends up coming across this group of people: Emma Watson, Ezra Miller, and then this other girl that's in the friend group. And obviously, he starts to have a crush on Emma Watson, and she's a senior, and they accept him into this group. They call themselves the Wallflowers.
Yeah,
You know, people that are like on the like well, actually, sorry,
like on the sidelines.
They call him a wallflower because he was like that of just like, you know, being on the sideline, not really doing anything. and he started to really open up with these people, and it's just it's a good movie because when I watch it, it just reminds me of like how not that I had like trauma in high school, but just like that awkward stage of being a freshman and not feeling like you really belong in anywhere
That was
or any group.
my entire time through high school. Like
But,
all 4
yeah.
years, and then bleeding into college.
But it's a really I don't want to spoil too much about it because it's a very sad movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
And
I don't really my spoilers don't really
Yeah,
bother me.
but
So
it's
if you
just-
want to talk about it, I'll
just
still
like-
enjoy it.
I won't spoil it, but there's a scene that is just like, well, one, it reminds us that like men have emotions, men can cry, and there is just one scene in this movie that kills me every single time. And like it's basically he like breaks down and just is like crying, and he's almost like trying to stop himself from crying. It's a great performance from Logan Lerman. He is great in it. So I won't talk about it too much just because you haven't seen it, but that movie is so good. So definitely watch it.
Mhm.
It is a very good movie. Very sad, very funny. It's a good high school it's a good high school drama, high school comedy. It's really good. So I definitely recommend watching that one. But so these next two, I think you've definitely seen these next two. I will do, let's see. I'll do Her next.
Oh, love that movie.
Just because we were talking about sci-fi, and this is
Mhm.
kind of like sci-fi-esque.
Mhm.
So I love this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time.
I haven't watched it in a while, but
yeah,
I loved it when
it's
I watched it.
Great. It is such a good movie. I remember watching it for the first time because I had only seen it for the first time probably like 7 years ago. It was probably like around 7 years ago because it came out in 2013. But yeah, I think I saw it for the first time around 7 years ago. And I remember seeing it. I was watching it in my room. And I was just like, I just watched this movie and it was just so good. Like, I
Mhm.
just love the way it was shot. I love the story. I think it was just such a, like, the way it went about going, like, exploring relationship and love and how you can find love in very, like, odd, mysterious ways. And you obviously ended up meeting my fiance online. She's not an AI bot, but it's just a really it's a really good movie, and I think that Scarlett Johansson does a great job playing is it Vanessa? I think it's Vanessa in the movie, or no, Samantha, that's her name. She does a really good job voicing her, and Joaquin Phoenix just does such a great job playing this awkward guy. And I love the setting of this movie, how it takes place in like a not so distant future, but it's like reminiscent of like almost like 80s attire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so beautiful. The cinematography in this film is so great, but I just love the story. I want to hear your thoughts though.
I mean, I don't remember too much about the story because it's been forever since I've seen it, but I remember thoroughly loving it.
Mm-hmm.
And like
It's
obviously
great.
there's going to be some like the concept of someone, it's always has like a little hint of sadness where like someone develops this attachment to something that
Yeah.
isn't real, and
Mhm.
there's the reasons behind it and everything. But back to what you were saying about like the aesthetic of the movie,
Mhm.
I love when movies do that.
Me too.
Where it's kind of like it's not exactly steampunk,
Mhm.
because steampunk is like futuristic but like old grungy gears from the
Uh-huh.
past. But I love when movies do that where it's like a hybrid. Like,
yeah.
because I mean, fashion repeats itself
Yeah.
always.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's just what fashion does. So like you go through trends of wearing clothes from years past. So I really like the concept of having like a future setting,
agree.
like a futuristic setting movie, but like having people wearing the aesthetic of the 80s, or
Yep.
like the reverse,
Mhm.
where it's like a future set movie, but all of the cars look retro,
Yeah.
like how the new Fantastic Four movie. How
Yeah.
like their
Yep.
like the Fantastic Four car or whatever they called it.
in like they take place in the 60s, but it's
a futuristic car.
futuristic 60s.
Yeah. I think it's just really
it's
cool when they
cool.
do that kind of stuff with movies.
And what's cool about this movie? So this was made by
Also, Joaquin Phoenix is just awesome.
oh, I know.
Like,
I
he's
love
just
Joaquin
an
Phoenix.
amazing actor.
He wasn't nominated for this movie. He was nominated for a Golden Globe, but not an Oscar,
No.
which is stupid.
Yeah.
But this movie's made by Spike Jonze, and his wife Coppola. Crap, why am I blanking on names? She did Lost in Translation, and Sophia Coppola. So she did Lost in Translation, which is a really good movie. And Spike Jonze did Her, and they were married once and they got divorced years ago. But their movies, his movie Her, and her movie Lost in Translation were both their perspectives of their relationship and how it went down.
Wow.
So
I'll
yeah,
have to watch the other half.
You have to. So you watch both of them, like Lost in Translation and then Her, and it's like you see just like his perspective of how their relationship was going and how it kind of de-evolved, and it goes. And then Lost in Translation is so in that movie the main character is married to this photographer that they go to Tokyo, and it's just he spends absolutely zero time with her, and then she starts to see this older guy, Bill Murray, or just like starts this friendship, and then she starts to realize love and finding love and interesting places, and thinking that she messed up marrying this guy. It's just a very like it's cool like how movies can do that, and I think that's like another reason why I love Her so much, because it feels so personal. Because like Spike Jonze hasn't done much. Yeah, I don't think he's made a movie since. He's done some music videos, he's done some commercials, but I think and he's done some acting. Like I said, he was in Babylon. He played the German filmmaker. But yeah, you can look it up.
I was just looking up Spike Jonze to remind myself of who he is. Yeah.
So yeah, he did Her, and I'm just gonna look it up. Has Spike Jonze made a movie since Her? Yeah, he has not. He has not directed one. He made a documentary called Beastie Boys in 2020 and a short film called I'm Here.
And but Jackass Forever in 22.
He didn't direct it though. Here. I don't think he directed it. I think he was just in it.
Probably.
Jackass Forever. Yeah, no, that was directed by Jeff Tremaine.
Okay.
But no, so he has not made a movie since Her. And I don't did he make any movies before that? Oh wait, yeah, I think he did he did. I'm just curious now. Did Spike Jonze make a movie?
What a cool name.
Before I know Spike Jonze before Her. Directed 3 acclaims. Yeah, his directorial debut was Being John Malkovich adaptation. Yeah, I knew it. And Where the Wild Things Are. So he directed 3 other movies, but since Her, he hasn't directed anything. He should direct more.
He should.
So if that doesn't speak onto like his personal like a connection to that story, like he made that movie specifically to get like his that's how he had to, not even as like a shot to Sofia Coppola, but just like his opportunity of being able to just get that out on page. Like that's like what therapists will tell you to do is just like write it down, like write something, like just like you're a writer. Write these things down, create something from it. And he created a masterpiece of storytelling, a great movie.
It would be kind of like, I think it'd be interesting if he made more movies beyond Her, but I also think that having that be like
his like
the send-off is like iconic.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. It's great. It's a masterpiece. I think it's a very good movie, and he's obviously a great filmmaker. But we'll move on from that. And
your final movie.
My final pick.
Drum roll.
No Country for Old Men.
I haven't seen that.
What?
I have not seen that movie. You talk so much praise about it.
Oh my
and I
God.
Still haven't sat down to watch it.
No. Then I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
Talk about it.
No.
I've seen so many clips of the movie. I'm positive you would not spoil anything for me.
I'm not worried about spoiling it, but I don't know. It's such a good movie. I can't believe you haven't seen it. Oh my God, you gotta watch that.
All right, well, how about this? We'll decide right now. Do you think that you probably have. Do you think you could do an entire episode on No Country for Old Men?
Oh yeah.
Like you could spend 40 minutes talking about it?
Yes.
How about can you think of a 5th movie on the fly right now to fit for this? Or because what we can do is
yes, I think I had one.
If you can think of one,
yeah, I have one.
I'll watch No Country for Old Men and we'll do a whole episode on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm actually rewatching it. It's coming to a theater. It's coming to I think it's Imagine, because they do like
they're like the throwbacks or
whatever. Throwbacks are like, no, this one's actually a part of like this one guy created this thing where they bring movies back and then they do like trivia about it. So they brought this
cool.
one back, so I'm gonna see it in like June or something. We don't have to wait that long to do it.
Yeah,
I'll rewatch it before then. But yeah, I do have another movie, which you have seen this one, Foxcatcher, with Channing Tatum and Steve Carell.
I think I saw it.
You had to.
I think I saw it. Because like I know for a fact that you saw it, and
I
it
love
was
this movie.
it was one of the rare movies that our dad, excuse me, that our dad was like, you have to watch this. And
what's so funny though is that he hates the ending.
Yeah,
because he doesn't like. Do you know how it ends?
No, I don't.
I'm not spoiling it. Then.
I don't think I've seen it.
Fuck.
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, well, I'm not good. Well, it's based on a true story, so don't look up the true story because I don't think you know. Watch the movie, just going in blind.
I know like the premise of the movie, but
it is
I have not watched it.
It is great. It is a great movie.
Can you think of another one? I'm derailing this video. Instead of 10 peak movies, we're gonna talk about 47. We're gonna sit here for 30 minutes. I know it's pretty disappointing that I haven't seen No Country for Old Men though.
Yeah, it is disappointing.
You do talk about it.
It's so good.
Like 3 times a week. You talk about it so often you'd think that I would have seen it by now.
I mean, we could just end the episode here. We talked about 9 movies, so I mean that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
Can we fit one more in?
I mean, yeah, we have the time.
No, I mean, like, can we think of something fast enough to where it doesn't start getting boring for the audience?
Pokemon 2000.
Yeah, we can talk about Pokemon 2000.
Is it Mewtwo Strikes Back?
Well, Pokemon 2000 is the
that's the Lugia one.
Lugia movie.
Yeah, isn't that? But is it Mewtwo Strikes Back? Is that the first one, or is it Mewtwo?
I think Mewtwo Strikes Back is the first one's technically called the Pokemon movie, and then they did a Mewtwo Strikes Back, which I believe was just like a short.
Okay.
But the Pokemon movie did have to do with Mewtwo.
Yeah,
that was Mewtwo's Island.
That movie's great.
Dude, what a weird movie to throw in at the end of this. But I know for a fact that you're just going, what's a guaranteed hit for this guy? What do we got?
I love that movie.
I'm laying him up right now.
Yeah,
we have to be able to talk about this.
I like that movie. I like the black and white Pokemon movie where it's the Zekrom versus Reshiram, and they have 2 movies that are the same story, except one's Reshiram is the villain and one is Zekrom's the villain.
It was really funny. I was just talking about this movie yesterday on my live stream. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was playing Pokemon and we were like talking about how, because one of the cool things that they do with Pokemon when it comes to like movies and stuff is in a lot of them, they'll show sneak peeks of Pokemon that haven't come out yet. So like my favorite Pokemon movie, if I were to like call it out right now off the top of my head, is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew.
That's a great one.
That one is like by far one really of my favorites. So that movie is technically
that's peak, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I guess we'll squeak that one in for the peak.
I haven't seen it in so long, but it's really good.
So like
Lucario is so
badass.
Lucario.
But like that movie, as an example of this, is like that's a Gen 3 movie. So that movie came out during the time of like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Yeah.
But I love when they do this with movies. They sneak previews of future Pokemon that haven't come out yet. So like it was a Gen 3 movie. Lucario was the main character. Yeah. That didn't come out until Gen 4. Mime Jr.
Lucario was
Lucario is a Gen 4 Pokemon. So that was like a sneak peek into Gen 4.
Okay.
Then they also had Mime Jr., which was another Pokemon that we hadn't seen yet, because that's also Gen 4. And I'm 90% sure that Weavile was also in there, and that was not showcased until Gen 4, I believe.
Interesting.
Or maybe was Weavile Gen... No, Weavile was Gen 4. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I love when they do that with their movies. Because like the first movie showed Donphan, and Donphan's a Gen 2 Pokemon. Yeah. Like no one's seen that before. The very first episode of Pokemon, they had Ho-Oh fly over, and that wasn't until Generation 2.
Yeah.
So like they constantly like alluded to future Pokemon.
Right.
But yeah, thanks for the lob. Thanks for the layup. I love the Pokemon movies.
Go ahead, talk about them.
It was funny. Literally yesterday, I was talking in chat about how I like how you said that's what you liked about the Reshiram Zekrom movie. I understand why they did it, because like the two legendaries. I just say
it's not what I liked about it. I just thought it was interesting. I just thought it was an interesting way of releasing a movie.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was interesting because like they have 2 different perspectives. One is ideals, and the other is why can't I think of what the other one stands for? Like the Reshiram and Zekrom, they both have like one's ideal and one is They have like a different one, so that's why they
Oh,
did
wait,
it as two separate movies.
Was Victini not a Pokemon yet in the?
Victini was a Gen 5 Pokemon,
Oh, okay.
but it was a special event Pokemon, so no one
Got
had it
it.
in game until that movie came
Oh,
out.
okay. I love Victini.
Unless you were like me and you had an action replay and just hacked everything.
Yeah.
in.
Oh my God, action replay. I haven't heard that.
Dude, I found my action replay the other day. It's
Wow.
just in my office.
I haven't heard that in like forever.
Yeah, dude.
Action replay.
Dude, Game Genie,
Yeah.
Game Shark, action replay. Massive throwbacks. But yeah, I was talking about it in my stream yesterday because we were talking about the movies and how they allude to new Pokemon every time. And I was talking about how that's like one of the things that I hate about that is that they split it into two separate movies that are identical. They're exactly the same. It's like,
Oh yeah, no.
it's Truth and Ideals. Reshiram and Zekrom are the Pokemon of Truth and the Pokemon of Ideals.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they did like the separation of it. But they talk about it in like the lore of Pokemon, and I think it could be really cool to have a game on it or a movie on it in the future. But Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, the ice dragon,
Kyurem. I love Kyurem.
They fuse to create the original dragon.
Oh,
and
really?
we haven't had that in the game or movies yet, and I think it would be amazing.
Is it in a movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just part of the Pokemon lore.
Because
you know how
I love Kyurem.
Now we're subdiverting into the games,
yeah,
but you know how in Gen 5 how they had the DNA splicer and you could take Kyurem and Reshiram to make like Kyurem white and Kyurem black. Like you could fuse those. Technically, all three of them can fuse together and make the original dragon.
Interesting.
But they've never depicted it in a movie or in a game. So
speaking of Kyurem, I don't like a lot of the movies like past X and Y. Like I think Black and White and the ones prior, so like the Lugia, Lucario, and the Mewtwo one are amazing. But I really like the Kaleo versus Kyurem, or it was the it was
like Keldeo.
Sorry,
like the horse.
Keldeo. Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It's a really fun movie. I love that one.
I don't remember.
I'm very much not biased, but I really like just like winter stuff.
Yeah.
So I love Kyurem. I love anything that I love. Snorunt's my favorite Pokemon. Like I just
really I didn't know that.
Yeah,
dude, Snorunt's a solid pick.
I love Snorunt.
That's dope. That's so cool.
I love Snorunt.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that was their favorite Pokemon.
I
love that.
Yeah, I love Snorunt.
Yeah, that's such a cool Pokemon.
So I just love like I don't know. That one's Keldeo and the Kyurem movie is really good.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I've watched any Pokemon movie past the Reshiram and Zekrom movies.
Neither have I.
I might have.
I watched the Hoopa one.
I think I watched the Hoopa one, but like just in the background. I wasn't really paying attention to it.
I just could not get into it. I was just like, these are boring. Like I just don't like them. And then we watched was it Pokemon Forever or something that came out in 2020?
That one was like,
and then there was
good, but it was
then there was
like they had Pikachu talk, and I was like, this is whack.
And then they had the Detective Pikachu live action, which was actually fun.
That was a pretty good.
It was fun. I like the way
movie.
they interpreted like the live action. I think they were all cute.
Yeah.
Like Bulbasaur. I guess we're just talking about Pokemon movies in general as being peak because a lot of them are.
Yeah, I mean a lot of them are really good.
Really good.
And some of it might because of like nostalgia, but like
for sure.
Pokemon the movie 3, like the third Pokemon movie with Entei and the Unknown.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
amazing.
God, peak.
That's such a good movie.
Good.
I remember playing, I forget which, I think it was Ruby. And I came across an Entei, and I didn't have any Pokeballs or whatever game.
Well, Fire Red. Yeah, it's the same generation.
Yeah.
They're Gen 3, but
I remember coming across. I was in the parking lot at Commerce Elementary with my dad, and I was on my 3DS, and I was playing it, and I came across an Entei, and I didn't have any Pokeballs, so I couldn't catch it.
This is crazy Cameron lore that none of y'all ever knew. I gave him a copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver to like play as one of his original Pokemon games. I don't think he played Pokemon before that. I gave him a copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver. He booted it up. He started his save file. He got his starter. And on his very first patch of grass, he ran into a shiny Sentret and couldn't catch it because he didn't have access to Pokeballs yet. I was so mad for you.
Yeah.
Because it like happened and you were like, what the hell is this? That like had like
we were at grandma's and
we were at our grandma. They were watching Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
And you were sitting there like waiting for food or something, and like you just saw like the sparkles happen, and I was like, you've got to be kidding
me. The Pokemon. So I played a lot of I played a good amount of Pokemon games. I was only in like the Black and White generation, and then I played X and Y. I only played X. I didn't play Y. But I loved collecting Pokemon cards. Like that was my Pokemon. Like but And then I only I didn't like when they stopped doing EXs. And they were
EXs
starting
are
to
back.
I know they are
Yeah.
now, but like they weren't for like over a decade.
Very long time.
But I loved black and white. Like I just love the classic like actual like the full arts having like a texture on them. Like I love those Pokemon cards. Like I used to collect them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that was a nice way to end
That
the
was
video.
that was a really good way, like
Yeah.
reminiscing and stuff
Yeah.
too. We didn't really talk about the movies all
No.
that much. Just
we were talking
our
about
connection.
a lot of Pokemon, just
Yeah.
Pokemon movies in general kind of peak. But yeah, so that'll bring you to the end of this week's episode on Is That Peak Cinema? But we will see you in the next one. See you next week.
We'll put a cork in it for now.
Yeah, putting a cork in it.
Later.
See ya.